What's up, my beautiful entrepreneurs? All right, one question I have been getting a lot, especially in my scents videos, is how to make the scents last longer and how to develop the scents that you're looking for. A lot of people, including myself, when I started out, when you are creating the scents, sometimes the scents get lost and it doesn't develop the way that you thought it would be, or it's just not strong in general once you apply it to your skin. So I'm going to share how to create scents and how to add it into your formula so that you can have the scent that you desire and that you're looking for. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the video. Now, when creating a fragrance, there is a pyramid to follow of how the scents come together. So in the fragrance pyramid, you're going to have your top notes, heart notes, and then you're gonna have your base notes. And the base notes are at the bottom of the pyramid. Your top notes are going to be basically the first impression of your fragrance. This is the first scent that the person that you're going to get when you smell the fragrance. This is the first thing that comes to your nose when you smell it. Then you're gonna have your heart notes. Now, your heart notes are going to be kind of the helpmate to your base notes, but along with helping to keep some of the scents that you notice in the top notes alive in the scent. So it helps to elevate the smell a little bit more so that you can still get the little hints that you got in the top notes, because the top notes only last for about 5 to 15 minutes in your nose as you're smelling the fragrance. And then with your middle notes, it helps with your base notes by kind of helping to carry the base notes up, so that you are getting that small hint of vanilla or musk. Notes are really the base of your fragrance. This really kind of helps to keep your fragrance together and keep it more long lasting, because your base notes last longer than your top and middle notes. So when you're looking at each fragrance, when you're getting ready to purchase it, you want to kind of have an idea of what a top note, heart note or base note would be, so that you know what you're looking at when you're searching for a particular scent. So your top notes are going to be like rose or lavender, like maybe like a flowery scent, or it could be like raspberry, or it could be blueberry, or it could be be coconut. That could be your top note. Your middle note is going to be more like having jasmine, or if you have ylang ylang, those are going to be your middle notes. Those are scents that kind of bring the top notes together, and it kind of elevates it a little bit more, so you still kind of get it still brings out a little bit more of that raspberry scent, or it helps to bring out more of the rose scent that you have by adding in the ylang ylang or the jasmine. So those are going to be examples of your middle notes. Now for your base notes, examples of this is going to be like sandalwood, like a woody scent, or musk, or a form of a vanilla. Those are going to be your base. That's what's going to keep your scent at a base level and help to elevate the scent even more. So those are scents that you're going to need in order to have more of a long lasting scent, because those scents last the longest in duration of the fragrance pyramid. Okay, now let's take a look at a couple fragrances on some supplier websites to see how these fragrances are being described and maybe how we can create these scents on our own. So, for example, on Brambleberry, they have a scent that is called Lemon Bar Fragrance Oil. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom, they have the product description, and there it says that the scent adds a sweet and tart scent to soaps, bath bombs, lotions, and more. Then it says that the fragrance starts with notes of freshly squeezed lemon. Now, this is going to be our top notes of honey and orange. Then it finishes with notes of shortbread, vanilla, and sugar. Now, when I look at this, my first instinct is to think to have my top note fragrance be sweet lemon, or have like an orange, like zesty fragrance scent for my top note. Then I'm gonna have a separate fragrance oil of a shortbread, or maybe even like a cakey fragrance oil that's going to bring that shortbread kind of vanilla-y bakery scent to it. And then as my base note, I'm going to have a warm vanilla scent that's gonna really bring out that warm bakery scent I'm looking for the shortbread and the pound cake or shortbread fragrance. And then the lemon and the sweet orange and honey will kind of sit there at the top of my notes, but the real work is happening with the vanilla and that shortbread scent to really bring the whole scent full circle. Because what you want is to make sure that you're having those scents that are going to help to level up each scent in the rest of the pyramid. Okay, so I hope that kind of gives you a better idea of how to look for what scents you want to create. Now, when it comes to how to actually develop this, so what you want to do is actually measure out each scent that you're going to get. So I use a scale, it's a scientific scale, it's a small scale, and I'll have it linked down below so that you'll be able to get that if you need. But it's a small scale that's going to get 0.00 ounce, so that no matter how small of a measurement you're trying to get, will be able to grab that. So you're using, you know, a small amount when it comes to these fragrances, so you want a scale that's going to be able to pick that up. So for example, say you're making like a raspberry champagne scent. What you're gonna want to do is have your top note be like raspberry. And I have like a raspberry jam fragrance oil that I keep on stock here because I love the way that it smells. So you can use your raspberry jam, and it has a really nice sweet raspberry scent. So that's gonna be your top note. Then your middle note is going to be champagne, for example, for that. And I'm gonna use that at 20%. And then the top note of the raspberry jam is going to be at 70%. Then your base note is going to be a warm vanilla, and this is going to be at 10% of the overall fragrance. So now you have your top, middle, and base notes. And when you add all of this together, you're going to smell that raspberry first, then you're going to get the hint of champagne, and then you're going to have a nice base of warm vanilla that really kind of brings all of the scent together, so you can really have that like nice champagne smell that you're looking for, and it also has the sweet notes from the raspberry. Now, I know a lot of times as you're making the fragrance, there may be certain notes that you're looking for that you don't smell right away, and this is why the percentages are so important, and actually measuring everything out is extremely important so that you can know how much of everything that you're adding, so that when it comes to, you can say, okay, I need a little bit more champagne here to get that champagne smell. I want it to be a little bit strong. Take out a couple percentages, maybe take out like 3 or 4% of the raspberry or top note out, and add that to your heart note, your middle note, to bring out that champagne smell a little bit more, adding in just a little bit of a higher percentage so that the scents you're looking for kind of develop a little bit more. Now I want to share more of like a floral scent with you. So with Love Letter, this is a really popular scent. I think this is on like everyone's product list when it comes to Valentine's Day. But I think it's really important to make scents your own and kind of add your own flair to these scents, because you don't have to buy all of your fragrances separately and then just combine them. I think you can buy ones that are already pre-made and then add on additional scents to it to really elevate the scents that you're looking for and kind of have a new scent profile when it comes to the fragrances that you're making. So on Brambleberry, so for Love Letter, it has mandarin, orange blossom, it has magnolia, pink jasmine, amber, and musk. Now this is a really great profile. You can really see the top notes, the heart notes, and base notes when it comes to this fragrance. But I also have a fragrance called Wildflower Breeze, which is a really nice floral scent and has some sweet notes to it as well. And so by adding the Love Letter at 70% and then doing 20% of the Wildflower Breeze, that will kind of bring in more of like a sweet floral scent to Love Letter, and then by adding in a floral vanilla, along with the musk that's already in Love Letter, will really give you a well-rounded scent, because the vanilla kind of elevates more of the floral notes that you have there, and it's a floral vanilla, so it doesn't have too much of like a warm bakery smell. It's very floral vanilla that's great for fragrances. You really get a nice well-rounded Love Letter, and it's a brand new fragrance that's more signature to you. So I say always play around with the percentages that you are creating, understand what notes that you want to shine through, and add those fragrances so that you can have a more well-rounded, original, customized scent to you and your business. And I think this is a really good way to make your products different and unique, because it doesn't have that same scent that everybody else has. So I really hope that you try to elevate your fragrances by measuring them and having exact percentages for the fragrances that you are creating. Now, another thing when it comes to the fragrance and it lasting long is when you're adding it into your product. If that's something that you're having an issue with as well, watch this video here where I talk about when is the best time and temperature to add in fragrance to your skincare products, and I'll catch you in the next one.